Hey, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can play faster on the bass guitar and learn the neck at exactly the same time. I'll see you inside the lesson. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and in last week's lesson I showed you a device called the triplet pentatonic formula, which is an amazing way of playing faster and building up your speed using groupings of 3 notes and the minor pentatonic scale. Now, there are actually 5 of these minor pentatonic shapes, and I showed you one last week, and I've had so many requests. Can we go through the other 4? And that's exactly what I'm going to do this lesson. But before we hit the lesson content, I would love to ask you a question. If money was no object whatsoever, what would your dream bass guitar be, or even dream amplifier? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to find out. Also, just to remind you, there is a completely free PDF which comes with this lesson. I really encourage you to download it because it's going to show all of the pentatonic shapes written out today, both in standard notation and using fretboard diagrams to it, because it's super important to be able to visualize this stuff on the bass guitar. There's a link in the description below where you can grab your completely free copy. So in the interest of keeping this lesson as concise as possible, I really encourage you to go back and watch last week's lesson so you're super familiar with shape 1 of the minor pentatonic scale, which is this. And those notes, just to recap, are a G, a B flat, a C, and D, an F, and then the G octave like that. And all we're doing when we're creating these 4 other shapes is just rearranging the orders of the notes. And this gives us fantastic exercises we can use to build our speed and our dexterity, but it also enables us to really learn the neck too. So let's look at shape 2. Now, one thing crucially I'm going to be doing here is using the 1 finger per fret technique. So this shape starts on a 2nd finger at the 6th fret, and it is a B flat, a C, a D, an F, a G, a B flat, a C, and a D, like that. Now, the fingering is the crucially important thing using the 1 finger per fret technique, and that is 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3. Don't forget, this is all written out in the free PDF. Now, what we want to do now is apply the triplet pentatonic formula to that. So don't forget, we start at the top of the scale. So we're just going to break this into groupings of 3 notes like so. So we're going to go D, C, B flat. That's our first grouping. The next grouping is going to be C, B flat, G. Our next grouping is going to be B flat, G, F. And then our next grouping is going to be G, F, D, like that. And then our last grouping of this is going to be F, D, C, like so. So we end up with a lick, slowed down, sounds like this. So that is it. So start slowly and then speed it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to the backing track now so you can hear what this sounds like in context. So what I did there was I slowed it down to 80 beats per minute. But if you need to go even further, just take it apart 3 notes at a time and really learn it properly. And crucially, use that 1 finger per fret fingering. Now let's move on to shape number 3 now. So this starts at a C at the 7th fret. So to go through the names of the notes, we have a C, a D, an F, a G, a B flat, a C, a D, and an F there like so. Starts on the 2nd finger. So here is the crucial fingering that you need to learn. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, and then come back down. So learn the shape to begin with, and then put the triplet pentatonic formula to it. So let's break it into groupings of 3 like so. So we're going to go F, D, C, that's our first one, and then we're going to go D, C, B flat, and then C, B flat, G, like so, B flat, G, F, like so, and then our last one, our 5th grouping of 3 is going to be a G, F, and a D like that. So it sounds like this. Technically for me, this is the hardest of the one because it uses a lot of 2nd and 4th fingers, which are just that little bit weaker. So practice this slowly to begin with, then build up the speed. Let's have a listen to it at 80 beats per minute in context. So hopefully you can see this is a fantastic way of learning the neck and moving that G minor pentatonic around so you can play it through every register so far on the bass guitar. So if you're enjoying this lesson, I'd love to ask you, please like and subscribe to the channel. There's a red button somewhere around this video, and what this means is you'll be the first to know when we release a new lesson. We release a new lesson every single week, designed especially for the beginner to intermediate bass player. So make sure you hit that red button and also the bell icon too. So let's move on to shape number 4. So this starts at the 10th fret on the E string. So our first note is a D, and then the second note is an F. The next note is a G, a B flat, a C, a D, an F, and a G like so. And let's put the fingering to it. So that is 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3. Like so. Now let's apply the triplet pentatonic formula descending to it. So the first grouping is G, F, D, like so. Next grouping is F, D, C, like so. Next grouping is D, C, B flat, like so. Next grouping is C, B flat, G. And then the final grouping is B flat, G, F, like so. So that sounds like this. And again. So let's put it in context so you can hear what it sounds like. So as you can see, this is a super cool way of doing 3 things. You're learning the neck, so you're getting confidence using the whole of the registers here. You're also building your speed and your accuracy too, but you're also getting a great real world lick that you can use in your bass playing and create some really super cool fills. So let's look at the final and last shape too. So this starts at the 13th fret on the D string. So the notes of this are an F, a G, a B flat, a C, a D, an F, a G, and a B flat. As always, using the 1 finger per fret technique is critical. So the fingering for this is 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. And again. Now let's start apply the triplet pentatonic formula to it from the top. So the notes, the groupings of 3 rather, are going to be B flat, G flat, B flat, G, F, like that. That's the first grouping. And then G, F, D, like so. Next grouping is going to be F, D, C. Next grouping is going to be D, C, B flat. And then the last grouping is going to be C, B flat, G, like so. So the lick sounds like this. And again, like so. So what I'm going to do to finish off this lesson is I'm going to speed up the backing track a little bit up to 95 BPM, and then I'm going to show you that lick, and then I'm going to break out and just start mixing up all of the licks that we've learned today, and you'll see me navigating the whole of the fretboard. So please really do get stuck into this stuff because it is so powerful for so many reasons we've discussed. Here's what it sounds like in context. So guys, that is the end of today's bass lesson. Number one, make sure you don't trip over your cable here, but let's try it again. Number one, go back and make sure you check out last week's lesson. And number two, make sure you download the free PDF so you can see everything written out with those crucial fingerboard diagrams and the tab and standard notation too. And number three, please make sure you head over to eBassGuitar.com and check out the Bass Lab Plus. This is my full step-by-step training program designed especially for beginner to intermediate bass guitar players. I would absolutely love it if you could give it a whirl, because you can join completely free for 14 days using the link that is in the description below. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com. I'll catch you next time.